have big dad energy. The brother does look good from Newsom. I mean, he looks very presidential.
Pause. All gravity, any day above ground, live it. Hope you're having a fantastic start to your Saturday and your weekend. Leave it to Stephen A. Smith to be the one to say that.
I told y'all bitches I had dick at the bottom and titty at the top, bitch, from day one when the door fucking opened.
That's how he sounded. Okay, you got it.
Gavin's trying to be the cool dad of the block and get his party to flock back. His press accounts have been calling Trump tiny hands and putting JD on blast. Look at me in high school, he said. JD's got to have a better picture than that, though. They called Greg a low-rated garbage man, said he seldom watches, but, quote, when I do, I marvel at the fake laughter on the show. It sounds like a bad laugh machine.
They say that imitations is sincere for flattery. I guess MAGA didn't get the memo on that one. How y'all letting... We're going to get to this. Let me let this finish.
Actually, I agree with that. They're even name-calling Perino. Dana Ding Dong Perino, never heard of her until today, is melting down because of me, Gavin C. Newsom. Fox hates that I'm America's most favorite governor, ratings king, saving America, while Trump can't even conquer the big stairs of Air Force One anymore. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
So when Trump talks like this, they love it. They're saying that he's showing big boy energy. You let a bunch of liberals take that and use it to troll, and y'all are losing your minds. And the right wants us to take them seriously when it comes to comedy. Okay.
You're even putting out tweets about Kid Rock. Has anyone noticed that since I said I hate Kid Rock, he's no longer hot?
And it's funny that they're talking about why we're giving this so much attention. My question is, why are you giving this so much attention? It's a troll page. It's supposed to be a page where they're supposed to highlight what this man is doing in the state of California. And they've taken it to become somewhere where MAGA is going to come in every time they post something to say how you're trying to be Trump. When you should be worried about other things. The page has a 500% jump since they started doing this. And I'm sure MAGA did that so they could be up on it right when they post something, so they could be the first ones on there to go say something. Because as we're going to show you, a lot of their posts, it's somebody from MAGA first saying, you can't be Trump. There's that. So this is the one they were talking about just now, about Dana Perino, sorry. What did I tell you? The first one, MAGA. This is like when the reporters used to have Trump's page with the bell. So whenever he tweeted, they could be the first ones to know what he said so they can get in there. Here's another one. You trying to play Trump is not you being Trump. You will never come close to any comparison to him. Stop it. You look like the fool that you are. They're being trolled. And they're falling for it. These tweets are so bizarre. Everyone knows it's not Newsom tweeting, but he's still letting little kids run his account into the ground. This is what he would do to America. First off, that's not his account. But, okay. All right. Spelled you're wrong. You're yelling. These are not Gavin's words. These are not Gavin's thoughts. They're not. There. Your posts are paid political ads. They are working against him, not for him. Right. But when Trump was putting up products on his page, though those, I'm guessing, were working for him, right? Those paid political ads. Okay. Okay. All right. Copying how somebody else tweets is kind of pathetic. Tell Gavin Newsom to develop his own style or have his aides do it for him. I guarantee if I click his page, he following Laura Loomer. Let me look. Let's see. Somehow, some way, verified followers. Okay. Let's see. Of course. It's probably not good. All right. Guess he's not. All right. And there was that one. So we have Hannity. He got upset. Let's see what Hannity said.
Social media team, they are trying to mock President Trump on X by posting messages in all caps. He's trying to pretend to be Donald Trump. Gavin is also attacking Fox News hosts. He's trying to bait conservatives into social media fights. He's actually referred to our own Tommy Laren's account as Yelp for toilets. Gee, very clever and funny. She'll join us in a moment to respond.
You're responding to a troll page. Oh man, wait a minute. For people who say they hate the left and we shouldn't pay attention to them, you're getting upset and using up valuable airtime when you could be knobbing off the president, pause, to respond to a troll page. We are an unserious country. No wonder the owners and controllers of global financialized capital, they love things like this because people are out here wasting time. No wonder the global south is kicking our ass. Oh, I'm actually interested to see what Tommy Lahren said on Fox News. Why would you bring attention? You know what? This is a blonde moment for her. I forgot who I was talking to. This is a blonde moment. So this is the tweet. So Tommy Lahren said, new lows unlocked by Gavin Newsom and his team of losers. So he put this picture up of Scott Pressler. Okay. So the Newsom office saw it and said, thank you, Nancy Mace. Now, Tommy, in all her blondness, thought that the Nancy Mace dig was at Scott Pressler. So she said, you're kidding me, right? You're stating your BS governor rant and rave on a daily basis about protecting gay people, and you're really going to use your official press office account to troll a gay conservative and call him a woman. They technically were calling you Nancy Mace, but okay. And then they came back and said, you sound woke. How are you getting trolled? Oh my God. How are you getting trolled by a press office Twitter page is trolling MAGA? This was not on the bingo card. I know. This is just hilarious. Here we go. Let's hear her cry.
Take anything away from California and all of its resources, its great academic institutions. Of course, it's got Hollywood, it's got Silicon Valley, it's got farming, agriculture. It's a great, wonderful state. It is the fourth largest economy in the world. Take anything away.
Now I know they're gonna say, why didn't you show the whole clip? See? Oh, Gavin, you've been following me religiously for years. Sadly, I had to leave the great state of California due to your leadership and not wanting to hemorrhage my tax dollars to your effort to completely destroy the state. And you called men trash and you stopped getting money. I guess you forgot to tell them that, but okay. California is a wonderful state. It doesn't deserve to fail thanks to you. Go do another podcast in between your Fox News binge sessions. And he probably will, and then you're going to go over there and follow him.
Network, but you know he watches everything that we do when he's of course not on X, but he has turned his hand gestures into Twitter fingers to distract from the dismal failure of his state of California. And Sean, he often likes to
You mean like Trump?
tout that California is the fourth largest economy in the world. We don't want to take anything away from California and all of its resources, its great academic institutions. Of course, it's got Hollywood, it's got Silicon Valley, it's got farming, agriculture. It's a great, wonderful state. It is the fourth largest economy in the world, despite Governor Gavin Newsom, not because of him. He's done.
I ain't gonna hold you. I just noticed something. This chick looks like a low-rent version of Trish Stratus. This would be Trish Stratus if she never found wrestling and she just had crazy conservative views. And by the way, for those who want to know, her hair is fake. But you didn't hear that from me. That's weave. You know, for the black men who want to always talk about black women not having their own hair, this is weave.
Everything to strangle that state. But now he wants to run for president. He wanted to run before. Joe Biden passed over him for Kamala Harris. So now he's gearing up.
Yeah. You know what's funny too? Just to show you how hypocritical MAGA is, they actually let this chick live after they found out she dated a black man in college in her early 20s. They gave her a pass. That's crazy. Anyway, so there's that. Here's old Dana. She got mad.
Or at the debate. The other thing for me is that for the last week, Gavin Newsom, why am I giving him advice? You have to stop it with the Twitter thing. I don't know where his wife is. If I were his wife, I would say, "What? You are making a fool of yourself. Stop it."
First off, his wife is not saying a word. Again, it's not him running that page. It would be even more impressive if he did, but he's not. But, you know. Jolie, I need you to shut up because I've actually talked MAGA and been around MAGA. So you want to try again? MAGA actually is racist, but, you know. I figured instead of you saying what you said first as an actual question, you just going to put out as a matter of statement. MAGA is racist. But, you know. I understand. Y'all going to lie and say it's just about conservative views. I bet you can't even tell us what a conservative view is. I understand. You are a racist, or you used to be a liberal. We understand this. Trump came off that escalator and started talking, and then all of a sudden you didn't want to be a liberal no more. You ran to the conservative side because you think that's where the cool kids are. We get it, sir. Y'all are no different than the hundreds of people that walked in here and tried to say that. You voted for Obama twice. We understand. It's okay. He snowed a lot of people. We're okay with it. Just admit it.
Do not let your staff tweet. And if you're doing it yourself, put the phone away and start over. And if you want, he's got a big job as governor of California, but if he wants an even bigger job, he has to be a little bit more serious.
This is going to be episode 3 of the 6-part documentary, MAGA Died. The Death of MAGA. It's going to be beautiful. How do you get trolled by a governor's press page? You're a liar, sir. I know. After 2016, you guys did revisionist history and retconned your lies. I understand. It's okay. I know saying "oh bummer" is the cool thing now. It's okay. We're not mad at you. Just admit it. You were in college, you got swept up under the hype, and you voted for Obama. It's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Even half black people can be charismatic, especially when their mama's CIA and they've been coached their whole lives. It's okay. Yes, MAGA is only getting started towards their death. You're correct. They're going to die next year. Because who is going to take y'all seriously when the whole world is watching y'all melt down over some liberals posting stuff? Like this. Wow. Fox News can't stop talking about me. Gavin Newsom, America's favorite governor. Tonight, their entire primetime lineup was about me. Jesse Waters kept calling me daddy. Very weird, not interested, but thank you. Sean Clanity, very nice guy, nearly cried because I won't take his advice. Sorry, Sean. Then he dragged out the B team of dum-dums, Meatball Ron, Tommy Toilet Laren, and Teddy Cancun Cruz. He even flew back special from Mexico. I'm surprised y'all didn't call that racist. But again, MAGA don't like Ted Cruz. So, y'all let that ride. That man said he going for world peace. Fam, remember, somebody yesterday came in and said that. Okay, you want to tell us he's working towards peace. I just want to show y'all something real fast. Because I tell you, these maggots, they just be lying blood. He's working towards peace, right? So explain this to us one time. Well, how is this going to bring peace? I just want to know. You could explain this to us, Joe. Right, Gavin Newsom won't be president. And Kamala Harris threw a whole bunch of people in jail and she became a vice president. Biden created an entire law to fuck people over and put them in jail. And he became not only vice president, but president. Yeah, because that's really going to preclude you. Messing up in a position of power only seems to elevate you, but y'all like that. Explain this to us, though. What if he's working towards peace? Why is he sending warships to Venezuela? I'm just asking. I don't see. There we go. I don't support Democrats. I actually shitted on Biden his whole 3 years and some change, and I shitted on Kamala Harris longer than that. Next question, please. I literally did a live called Democrats Are in a Cult. So try again. He thinks because I'm laughing at MAGA, I somehow support Democrats. I laugh at Democrats too. I laugh at Jasmine Crockett all the time. But okay. I still haven't heard my answer for why he's sending troops to Venezuela if you're talking about he's going for peace. I just want to know. Come on, JoJo. Come on, JoJo. Come on, I'm a black man. This should be easy. Come on, JoJo. Now, go ahead. I gave you an out. Now you don't have to answer the question because I'm black, right? Come on. Come on, JoJo. I'm going to help you. I'm going to help spur you. I'm going to help you spur you. Come on. I'm going to help you.
We need video surveillance. Don't make this hard, Joe.
Come on. Come on, JoJo. I still don't have my answer. Come on. Why is he sending troops to Venezuela? Why is that war in Gaza not over? They just declared it a famine zone. Why are Russia and Ukraine still throwing bombs at each other? Why did he not resolve the conflict between China and Taiwan? He's stopping the fentanyl crisis. That's not an answer. They're not doing fentanyl. Oh my! I thought fentanyl came from China. Now it came from the Venezuelans. They can't keep their lies straight. Come on, JoJo. It can't. Come on. You're losing. You're losing badly. Come on now. That man is accusing the cartels from coming from fucking. He said the cartels are now coming from Venezuela. First it was Mexico, now it's Venezuela. Oh my God. Bob Johnson, how is this peace? Explain how this is peace. I'm supposed to be peaceful with you when you're sending warships to my country. I'm supposed to be peaceful. Boy. Okay, if it's produced through China and goes through South America, y'all told me the southern border there was less fentanyl going through. So explain to me why he needs to do this. Explain it to me. I was told by MAGA that fentanyl is on a low. So why are you still sending it there? Explain this to me, JoJo. So either he's just being a dickhead, or you guys have been lying to us for months, saying you're stopping the flow of fentanyl. Which is it? I know about the cartels, sir. That's why I brought up what I said about Mexico. Because your president loves dumb people. I know about the cartels in Brazil. I know about the ones in Argentina. I know about the ones in Chile. I bet you don't even know about the ones in Uruguay. I bet you don't know about the ones in the Andes. I bet you don't. But your president tells the whole world they're coming through Mexico. That's the only place where they have cartels, Mexico. Come on, JoJo. There will be peace once Maduro's out of power. You really don't know how this works. Let me ask you a question. Ukraine had a leader, right? And nobody really heard about them like that. They install Zelensky, and all of a sudden things pop off. All right. They put a dancer as a president and a man who wore women's clothes, and I'm sure you're going to tell me Ukraine is peaceful. You're really going to tell me they take out Maduro, Venezuela's going to rise back up, right? Like they were in the 80s, right? Oh, okay. Sounds like, again, the U.S. is taking out another one of its assets. But, I get it. JoJo, you're losing this badly. But back to us laughing at MAGA melting down over Gavin Newsom. Let's see, where were we? All whining about me, GCN. They had to play the music to shut Ted up about my beautiful hair. That was funny, actually. He did get cut off because he was just ranting. I get it. So jealous. Total disaster. MAGA hates me because they hate you. They hate that California is the 4th biggest economy in the world. They hate that crime is down. That we're #1 in farming. I love the farmers. Manufacturing, tourism, and tech. All while we give affordable health care, free school meals, make America pregnant again. Paid baby leave for moms. They should not return anyways. That's crazy. He said that. Well, whoever wrote that. $20 minimum wage is so much more for the people. They hate that Democrats are winning. Fox and MAGA have Newsom derangement syndrome. They should cry hard or sad. GCN. That's crazy. That's crazy that he wrote all that. That man said he's not wrong. So the man who said, I don't want to start any new wars is potentially going to start a new one, but you're okay with that. I tell you, MAGA can't keep their lies straight, but that's okay. Yes, okay, great. We agree. They installed Zelensky, and you think America taking out one asset in Venezuela and putting another one in there is somehow going to make the country better. That's peace. Okay. All right. That's peace. Sir, I don't want to be president. Why am I going to get paid $400,000 to go listen to somebody tell me what to do? That's stupid. Why don't you be president? It sounds like you get run in your own house by your kids. Why don't you run for president? You could be just like Trump. He could be a slave to his kids. His kids are right now in Qatar making sure that the business ventures are good for January 20th, 2029. And they're going to work him to death, and then you're going to hear the infighting for control of the assets. They're going to try to excommunicate Barron and Melania. And them kids ain't going to get nothing. He said remove Trump. Well, guess what? America removed him on November 7th, 2020, and we didn't collapse. Funny how that works. But okay. Let's see. This one. Gavin Newsom's press office account is trying very hard to emulate President Trump's social media presence and likeness. Cringe levels are off the charts. The obsession is real. They just posted this drivel about Greg Gutfeld and his record-breaking late-night show on Fox News. Sir, nobody's watching the show like that. Y'all only calling it record-breaking because of the social media hits. Ooh, what's this? California, this might be old. Okay, this is from June. Never mind. We don't care about that. We played that. Fox News continues to give Governor Gavin Newsom free publicity. Host Charlie Hurt even read Governor Press Office's tweet in the style of Donald Trump. Why did you do that?
Okay, next topic. California Governor Gavin Newsom tries to channel President Trump with this tweet storm this week. He writes, the maps will end your presidency. Retake Congress for the people and expose your rigged little game. My perfect maps are more beautiful than anything in Trump Tower, which many say smells weird.
Still want to tell me they're not in a cult? Good. I'm glad we agree on that, Joe. Then you should remove everybody in the U.S. government because that's what they're doing. They're supporting narco-terrorism. We've used the U.S. Army against the cartels, and they still somehow managed to make billions of dollars. Y'all caught El Chapo, and his people are still making billions of dollars. I don't think what we're doing is correct. But, let's just keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. It's okay. This man said Trump donates his salary. I mean, I would give away $400,000 and be able to write it off for 4 years, now 8 years. I mean, I would do it. Especially if I've had billions waiting for me. What's $400,000? Great, he donates it. Ooh. Sir, I'm actually not mixed up. But I figured you would mention Joe Biden. I was waiting for that, by the way. Joe Biden's a piece of shit. His brother's a piece of shit, and his son is a piece of shit. The U.S., whichever side you want to support, does business in Ukraine. A lot of those politicians have offshore accounts in Ukraine right now. That's why they don't want this war to end. Yeah. But, okay. AFBN, so do the Republicans. They do nothing. But, yeah. Democrats have no messaging right now. They're in free fall. They have no leader. And you dumbasses, instead of saying, you know what, let's get some of our lowly people on the ground to start talking in these neighborhoods to show people how good we're doing so we can have a landslide in 26 and possibly 28. You guys are online and on TV wasting valuable time talking about a press page trolling Trump and MAGA. And you don't think there's something wrong with that. Then when you lose next year, you're going to blame everybody except yourselves. You have conservatives right now telling you on the streets in these big cities like Chicago, DC, New York, Atlanta, LA, telling you, come down here. There's people that want to hear from you. You guys don't want to do it. You're scared to go talk to people unless they're in your constituency. That's crazy. This fool said nobody sex traffics like you. Oh my God. You don't think Republicans sex traffic? Boy, I got, you know what? You got it. You got it. Oh. I mean, okay, good. Since you say that only Democrats sex traffic, put out that list. There should be nothing but Democrats on there, right? AFBM, you gotta go because now you just talking and you're not listening. I literally said it. I said it. Since you don't hear, again, how many times have I told y'all, family? MAGA don't read, they don't research, they don't listen, and they don't comprehend. I literally just said, Democrats have no message right now. They have no leader. They don't know where they're going. We are 15 months away from the midterms, and they have no direction. The GOP wants to sit up there and tell you that they're the better option. Cool. Prove it. Send your minions to these big cities like Chicago, New York, LA. Where else I said? Atlanta. Hell, you can even go to Philly. Put your GOP people and your conservatives and your Republicans on the ground to go talk to the people. They're screaming to hear something different. And you guys won't do it because this is more important. You're wasting airtime talking about a page that is trolling. And I said, if you want to win in a landslide, that's what you got to do. Go talk to the people, but y'all are scared. But since you don't want to listen, you got to go. Unbelievable. Okay. Jolie, thank you for the $10. That is a blessing. Anyway, let's go back to this. He wrote this one. Or whoever. I think it was the blue hair chick today. Birdbrain Trey Gallagher, a so-called Fox News host that nobody has ever heard of, says my posts are childish and unbecoming of a leader. Can you believe it? Many are saying Fox edit the tapes, news. That is true. They did edit tapes. Should cancel his pathetic little bedtime show immediately. They are calling it the most boring program in cable history. Total snooze fest. Sad. GCN. Let's see what they said.
Gavin Newsom, meantime, posting this on X, Liz, using all capitals, of course, trying to mock Trump, use Trump style. He's been doing this for a while now. He says, quoting, Trump just fled the podium with Putin. No questions, nothing. Total low energy. The man looked like he'd just eaten 3 buckets of KFC with Vlad.
He went to KFC. And I bet you Trump didn't get the wedges. He's like, those are not fries. You know Trump don't like no potato wedges. Come on now.
Admit it, Donnie J. You're terrified because this was the worst week of your life because of me, Gavin C. Newsom. I think he's trying to be funny. I don't know what he's trying to do, but...
I love how they still think he's the one writing this. Y'all are giving that son of a bitch way too much credit. He's not that bright. He couldn't even hide the fact that he went to the French Laundry during the scandemic. But y'all still think that he's the one writing this.
But it comes across as childish, and you're a governor of the biggest state in the union. What?
And right now, you guys should be worried about, you should have been worried about that hurricane. Y'all will take in precious airtime when you could have been outside helping people make good decisions on what to do to escape this hurricane. Y'all wasted time talking about this. I'm curious though. I'm gonna go on Fox News. I'm gonna see. Let me see. It should be on the homepage. There should be nothing but hurricane coverage. There you go. MAGA, I thought we were winning. Sir, Jolie, you wanna know why y'all wouldn't vote for me for president? That's why. Obama fucked it up for every black man and black woman going forward. Y'all will never vote for another black person again, even though he's not black. Anybody that looks brown around, y'all are not voting for president. We saw how y'all treated Tim Scott. We saw how you treated Ben Carson. It's not happening. We definitely saw how y'all treated Larry Elder. So there's no point. We're going to do what we do best. We're going to stay on the ground. That's where we make the most change. Again, we don't do well with somebody controlling us. We talk back. Obama didn't talk back unless he was talking about black men. You put one of us in there, and one of these people who try to control the world tries to tell us you got to do this, and we look over the figures and realize that it ain't going to work, we will curse you out in the Oval Office. And then that'll be the biggest scandal in this country's history. We're good. I don't see anything about that hurricane, though. Huh. Look, GOP candidate disgusted but not surprised by racist attack during press conference. What did we tell you in that Winsome Sears stream that I did? About all those black folk trying to run for governors. Didn't we not tell y'all they not going to vote for you? Because you black? Well, she's Jamaican. They don't like you. They haven't liked you since the RNC. When you made those comments about Trump? Yeah. All right. Oh, Antoinette B. So I'm not a brother. Why? Since you want to talk about putting your mouth on billionaires, I don't even know why you would tell us that before 10 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. That's crazy. That's what you thought of on a Saturday morning when you have the Most High blessing you with another day of life so you can accomplish something. You talking about putting your mouth on billionaires. That's can't say nothing about fresh and fit in them red pill idiots' legacies. I mean, they make y'all think about men more than you should be thinking about women. That's crazy. It's sundress season. Sundress season is about to be over soon. And y'all worried about another man. Ladies, would y'all spin in the sundress for these fools? I'm just saying. And maybe see, let me help y'all men's this out. See, in sundress season, it's a beautiful thing to look. But when you got a female that's interested in you, she'll do a little twirl. It'll open a little bit. Kind of look like a cone when your dog gets fixed. Kind of look like that. But if she really like you, it may look like an umbrella. You may even see some panty. But if she really like you, oh, it's a spinning top, boy. You see everything. And then she tell you, you know what time it is. Pack up that picnic, boy. She'll even let you unbutton it. But y'all over here worried about another man. Insane. Do we have more? What page was it? Do we have more? They're still complaining.
Daddy Daddy, daddy, daddy.
I see why he did that, though. He saw what Byron Donalds did when he called Trump daddy, when he said daddy's back. And he had to imitate it. Just had to. That's the face of somebody that calls another man daddy. That's not his daddy. Look at that. I know it. I get it. He's trying to get Trump on the shows to talk about this. He wants to be the one. After California Governor Gavin Newsom's press office spent recent weeks mimicking the president's social media style, the MAGA network hosts were triggered. So we on the right, are we all suffering from NDS, Newsom derangement syndrome? No other Democrat governor gets near the press our media gives Gavin here on X, on Fox News, etc. I know some of you want clicks, but stop it already. It's no wonder his numbers on Polymarket are going up because we're all giving him airtime. Even Jessica Tarloff said today, we are all talking about him all the time. And y'all hate Jessica Tarloff. Y'all hate her guts because she be telling the truth. Now y'all say she a hack, but I get it. I am personally going to block his name on X for a while and flip the channel every time a segment comes on the news, extinguish him like he didn't do with the fires. Okay. Now you wrote that 2 days ago. Let's see. All right, there's that. All right, maybe they are following through. Maybe they're not going to say anything about Gavin Newsom. This is Kensington, Philadelphia. How did they let the city become like this? White people. Maybe we found somebody in MAGA or MAGA line that actually stands on principle. There was an active shooter at Villanova yesterday. Interesting that they weren't talking about this. I mean, 2 days ago. It was interesting. They were more worried about Gavin Newsom. This happened. They didn't say nothing. All right. Yeah, they could talk about Cracker Barrel. But no. Oh, it was a hoax? There you go. Okay. So it was a hoax. Somebody was on it. All right, she stood on business. She's not talking. She hasn't said anything about Gavin Newsom. She actually stood on business. We found one. All right, let's see what else. I wonder what else that page got. Uh, 8 hours ago, Mo Larry Curly. Who do you see? That's a crazy picture. Why does he look like that? Why? So, how much you want to bet? Who want to put money down that this first comment when we look in this thread is somebody from MAGA? JJ, this is what I mean. I've said several times this morning, that's not him writing it. But of course, you came in and didn't hear the conversation, didn't even say good morning to the room. You just wrote that. You right-wingers are not being the allegations that the reason Bush made No Child Left Behind was with y'all specifically in mind. You're not being them allegations. Anyway, let's look. We all see three dudes that would beat the brakes off all you liberal cucks. P has Seth will not beat anybody unless he's drunk. I love how y'all sit up here and praise JD because he's a Marine, but y'all going in on his old lady. And Mac has already told y'all they're not voting for JD because his old lady is not white. But okay. I see successful men who get the job done, but you have no clue what that's like. Okay. Yes, we saw the pull-up video, and it was horrible. But, you know. They even had another Marine call him out. But, you know, MAGA probably saying that Marine woke. But, you know, let him have it. JB, that's actually a lie because Byron Donalds did it. Should we go play it for him? Should we go play it for him? I think we should play it for him. It's Saturday. It's a day of leisure. It's a day of leisure. And this is the guy y'all want to be... This is the guy y'all want to run Florida after the Satan leaves.
It's not just going to be that. I mean, when Americans see deportations or repatriations happen, they're going to be like, thank you. When they see the border closed, they're going to say, this is what I voted for. When they see peace starting to like break out again around the world, they're going to be like, this is the stability that we were asking for. Daddy's back. So that's what you...
I'm very good with syllables. Very good with pronunciations and enunciations. What did you say, you bank scammer?
They're going to be like, this is the stability that we were asking for. Daddy's back. So...
Daddy's back. But you right. He said he's a good dude. We have someone that does not know good pronunciation or enunciation or has tinnitus in their ear. He thought dude when he clearly said...
On the world, they're going to be like, this is the stability that we were asking for. Daddy's back.
He thought daddy sounded like dude. Okay. A day before he got inaugurated. One more time, because Byron should be allowed to pass because his daddy wasn't there.
Around the world, they're going to be like, this is the stability that we were asking for. Daddy's back. So
Shout out to Jacket Donalds. But anyway. Yeah, because he didn't say it. Cool. California scheming. All right. I'm just saying, you want to keep going? Because we can keep going. A message to Trump. Now, he wrote this yesterday. A message to Trump. Stop peddling the same lies you used in Los Angeles to infect other cities and states with your authoritarian regime. Stop using our honored military as pawns in your twisted game. Stop the theatrics and the attack on our citizens. Now, this seems tame based on what old boy's team was writing for like the last 3 weeks. Well, let's see. Now, this was Trump yesterday talking about he was going to send troops to Chicago next. That's probably his next destination. Let me just warn y'all now. You send the National Guard to Chicago, them young boys and them young girls are going to fire on y'all. I'm just telling y'all that right now. Chicago don't play. They not about that.
You said Chicago might be next. Are you making, have there been concrete steps that the administration is taking to do that? Or what are other cities?
I haven't spoken to him. He's grossly incompetent. I haven't spoken to him. No, when we're ready, we'll go ahead and we'll straighten out Chicago, just like we did DC. Chicago is very dangerous.
And you're going to make it even more dangerous. You're going to have a lot of soldiers that are not going to want to patrol them streets. They're going to be staying on the north side. I love how he thinks that on surface how bad that looks. You can get away with DC. You go to Chicago, the third largest city in this country, and try that, it ain't gonna end well for you. But Trump's not bright.
Great place. I built great stuff there. I have the most beautiful building in Chicago, I think.
See what I mean? It ain't about fixing the people, it's about protecting his damn building.
But I hate to see what's happened to Chicago. Chicago was our greatest city, actually. Bob Tisch, a great friend of mine, passed away. He used to own the Giants and very successful in Lowe's. He said Chicago, I think they had their main office in Chicago. He said Chicago and San Francisco are the two greatest cities in the world. Now you look at what the Democrats have done to San Francisco. They've destroyed it. I own a big...
I swear to God, every time he puts on one of the MAGA type hats, I swear he calling out for help. I need y'all to understand. Come here, MAGA, before I go to work. MAGA, explain this to me. How does this look presidential? Let me blow this up for y'all. Y'all can't tell me this looks presidential. He ain't in no disaster zone. Why does he have a hat on inside? Let somebody else on either side walk up into the Oval Office with a cap on. Y'all ready to say that person need to lose their job. Listen, Julian, I understand you think Chicago is a shit city because you can't walk outside past the airport. I get it. It's all right. Chicago's actually a beautiful city. Even the west and the south sides, where people like to laud and say is bullshit, is actually very nice. I actually walk those streets. They're actually very nice. The homes are very well maintained. I will give it to them young boys. They do care about their community. But again, why does he have a hat on while he's conducting a presser? Well, if your family lives in a bad area, you should probably fund them to go live in a better area. Because I've been in Austin and Gresham. They're actually quite nice. I didn't care for all the liquor stores every block, but, I don't live there. It was actually very nice. Their lawns were well maintained. It was actually a beautiful area. Which just goes further to show that Chicago politics is very corrupt. No, your area where your family lives in Chicago and their aldermen are shit. Maybe you should tell them to vote them out. Maybe it'll elevate from shit to the toilet rim. We can only go up. Thank you so much. Keep going.
Big chunk of the Bank of America building in San Francisco. And, it's just different. We could clean that up too. We'll clean that one up too. If everything works out, and we've already had calls from other cities, quiet calls from Democrats. We'd love you to come here because they've lost control of us.
For a man who loves to out people, now all of a sudden Democrats have been calling you to tell you to come fix it, and you can't name them? Sir, I didn't say anything about Hispanics. I saw your name. I didn't even mention Hispanics. Somebody got a little sensitive. Why are you so sensitive, sir? I talked about black neighborhoods. Why did you get sensitive? I just want to know. Sir, I had no mention, I had no idea or had no will to mention Hispanics one time. I literally brought up the fact that he wants to send troops to Chicago to the west and the south side. I even said at the beginning he's going to keep all his troops on the north side, and he only doing it to protect his building. Where did Hispanics come in? I don't understand. If I wanted to mention Hispanics, I would have. And you can go play this back later and tell me where I said something about Hispanics. It sounds like you're sensitive. We know he's not going to send troops to Chattanooga, Tennessee. We know this. He's not going to send it to Little Rock. We know this. He could lie and say, oh, they have a Democrat city, that's why it's so much trouble. Well, Arkansas is a red state. Maybe you need to talk to Sarah Huckabee Sanders. But she won't do that. You're not going to send them to Oklahoma. You're not going to do that. You dare not risk alienating them states before the midterms. Des Moines, Iowa is out of line, but we know you'd send troops just to the black side of the town. We know this. Why are you not selling them to Kalamazoo in Michigan? I know Michigan went red for them. But they ain't gonna do that. I'm surprised he didn't say nothing about Cincinnati. I figured he would have sent the National Guard up there after old girl got knocked out. But she didn't do it. I could show you places in upstate New York that need the National Guard more than New York City. You could send them to Schenectady, you could send them to Utica, but you won't do that. Why don't you send them to Florida? Send them to Plant City one time. Send them to Tallahassee. Jacksonville got a little bit of a crime problem. But nah, they're one of the best school districts in the country. You don't want to do that. You worried about Jackson, Mississippi, when there's other places in Mississippi they hanging black folk right now. They're attempting to lynch black folk. You worried about St. Louis. Okay. Worried about Chicago, but you're not worried about middle and southern Illinois. Springfield out of line. But y'all won't talk about that. No res machines, that's not what I'm saying. And I figured again, y'all don't listen and you don't comprehend. If you're going to talk about crime so much, stop worrying about the big cities. Because it's not going to do anything except to elevate it. You want to show that you're tough on crime, you go to the smaller areas. Get those under control. Since everybody's leaving the big cities, according to these people, they're always leaving the big cities and going out to smaller enclaves. And conspicuously, every time that happens, the crime rates in them towns go up. When we did the Carmelo Anthony piece, and I showed the town that the Metcalfs live in, they had high crime, and they were mostly white. You don't hear Trump saying anything that I have to go to that town and clean it up. He gonna worry about Dallas. Oh, Jesus. Okay, great. You're right, Red Machine. So is that why Democrats and Republicans gave the cops more money? Even though y'all kept saying that they were being defunded? As soon as Biden said that at the State of the Union, they all got budget increases, and they've been steadily increasing every year. I just went over DC's the other day. They have enough money to get drones now. And that was before he sent them in there. So they were actually fixing the problem before he got there. By the way, 3 people got shot and killed in DC. Somebody else got stabbed. But, you know, he's fixing the problem. Okay. Now they're gonna tell me they can't be everywhere. Okay. So if they can't be everywhere, then that kind of defeats the purpose of spending tax dollars sending troops into these cities, huh? How's it gonna look when he sends the National Guard into Chicago and there's still a mass shooting the next weekend? Who you gonna blame then? I guess we could blame the National Guard for that. I guess we could blame the Park Police. I guess we could blame ATF, the FBI. What other one? What other one named the IRS agents? Because they gave them money. So IRS agents, they're gonna be checking to make sure you pay your taxes, and if you don't, you're gonna get shot in the ass. But okay. Now Julian says I'm lying again. What am I lying about, sir? That he didn't say he was gonna send them to Chicago? Do I have to play it again? Why do you say nothing about Memphis? Because Elon has his thing over there. He has his XAI factory over there. They're going to try to gentrify Memphis. I was telling a lie. That part was true, but I was actually telling a lie. The reason he won't go to Memphis is because them real ones over there will shoot at them cops. That's why. But okay. What do you mean you can't gentrify Memphis? Oh my God. Okay. I guess we'll show them that before we leave. Oh boy, you can't gentrify Memphis. This is what they said. Okay. Let's not forget one of the biggest corporations in this country has headquarters in Memphis, but you know. Okay. I think it was this one. Yeah. They have population loss since the pandemic. Why do you think that is? Because there were no opportunities in that city. That's one of the main things that they do when they want to gentrify. The city council watches your population. They go to the low income areas, start cleaning it up, start having corporations come in. Then all of a sudden, your $1,000 a month rent for a 2-bedroom becomes $1,500 very slowly. You start making it an attractive hub for young people. You send your reps to them colleges in that state, UT, Vanderbilt, UT Chattanooga, and you start telling them, hey, University of Memphis has a big campus over there. Hey, this is going to be the new city for innovation and tech and for young people to move and build lives. Then all of a sudden, within the next decade, Memphis becomes Atlanta. And the people that have been there, including Glorilla, are going to come outside and say that this sucks. They're trying to take away the soul of Memphis. Instead of getting them good barbecue, you're going to get some white people version from up top. And they're just going to move on to the next city. That's how that works. That's what they did with Atlanta. All the transplants from the north came down here and everything got expensive. Did the same thing to Houston, did the same thing to Dallas. The Nigerians went over there, everything shot up. Philly and Memphis are next. They saw how Center City looks. They want to put that all over the city. They're already gentrifying South Philly. North Philly's next. I give it about 15 years, Kensington won't look like that. Kensington, I swear to God, you'll probably think will look like Soho. But you're right. Can't gentrify Memphis. Can't do that. Anyway. If y'all want to look at that article, it's called smartcitymemphis.com. It's back in January of 2025. You can read that. I didn't say anything about Tesla. See what I tell you? Don't listen. Never said anything about Tesla. I said XAI. They have a data center in Memphis. But again, I just explained Houston and Dallas, JJ. Houston and Dallas are getting major funding right now. Dallas is probably going to be New York within a decade. It's going to be unaffordable. But anyway, y'all, I'm heading to the restaurant to go to work. Hopefully you learned something. If you did, I done my job. If not, I try to be better next time. Tomorrow, we will have a live at noon. Reptorian and myself. We're going to talk about hypocrisy. And you're going to love it. But anyway, y'all enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Be out there. Be productive. If it's sunny where you are, go look at some sundresses. I don't care if you're a male or a female. Look at the sundresses. And if you are a female, put on your best sundress. Go out with your hubby or your mans or your female. We don't judge here. And get to twirling. Make bibis. I mean, after you get to know each other. But anyway, y'all. Y'all take care, stay safe. And you know what to do when the agents of chaos come to mess up your existence. But before we go, I want to do it again. I want to play it again.
He and a social media team, they are busy trying to mock President Trump on X by posting messages in all caps. He's trying to pretend to be Donald Trump. Gavin is also attacking Fox News hosts. He's trying to bait conservatives into social media fights. He's actually referred to our own Tommy Laren's account as Yelp for toilets. Gee, very clever and funny. She'll join us in a moment to...
It was a toilet. By the way, she still thinks all men are trash.